What is up, everybody? It is Wick here. I'm at a Goodwill searching for things to buy and sell online, make some money. And I see this Nintendo Switch case and a controller. Always exciting to see this stuff because there could be a Nintendo Switch in there. I poke it. There's something hard in there, but it ends up being cables, no games, no Switch, unfortunately. Some Micro Machines stuff here I'm seeing. Vintage, priced pretty fair. Some of it, not worth much money at all. But I like picking it up when I see that kind of stuff. Vintage toys, cheap. I also got a Jabba the Hutt one, Star Wars, and it had some pieces. Down here, some vintage Connects from the 90s in the box, which is rare. I didn't know at the time if they were new because, the box could indicate that they are new, but they're not. They look like they've been played with. But I still bought them because I just don't see the box very often. I also got a sealed Zelda puzzle. I'm assuming all this stuff came from the same donation. All this vintage, toys, Micro Machines, vintage Connects, all from the same time period. So of course I'll go over everything in the haul part of the video. Here's some Hallmark ornaments. Some of these can be really big money if you find the right ones. None of those were anything special. Looking at the shoes, here's some San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. They're not the timeout ones, the classic style that's worth quite a bit, sells better, but still in that condition. They're not marked up. Also got that Caterpillar jacket in there, like a vintage denim jacket. It's made by another brand. It's not like a Cat branded one. So I didn't think it was going to be worth anything, but I looked it up and they're selling very well. So yeah, I picked that up for $10. Should make some money on that as well. Still checking out the shoes here, hoping to find another deal. But if you are enjoying my video right now, please hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. Helps the video out a lot. And yeah, I'll keep making them as long as people are enjoying them. Vlogging my reselling life now for 10 years. Over 10 years, I guess. So many videos on the channel. It's kind of crazy. I would say about 90% of my reselling journeys on there. Of course, there's some stuff I don't show on YouTube, stuff that people could compete against me with, just some obvious stuff, but for the most part, I'm very transparent with my reselling. So hopefully people's enjoyed it over the years. I've had fun making them, that's for sure. But we're in another Goodwill. Actually the same Goodwill I got the San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. I'm just over in the toys, trying to find a nice deal here. Maybe over here on this end cap. Some little cookie jar or something it looked like. Some Christmas stuff over there. I didn't see anything. But over here in the jeans, I found some Liberty overalls. I keep buying these things. I keep finding them in good condition. Now we're in another Goodwill. There's some Nike Gore-Tex stuff in there. I got a sealed board game. Nike Gore-Tex shoes, kind of crazy they weren't priced up because look at these cheap unbranded shoes they got for $25 or boots. And that's just kind of the theme at Goodwill anymore. A lot of these prices on shoes are just so crazy, so random. And then you got a pair of Nike Gore-Tex shoes there and they're not priced up. But that's why we keep picking, because you just never know what you're going to find. What people are going to miss, and make some money on the difference. Any more shoes? These look like Keen sandals, but they're not. I forget the brand. If you can see it there, it looks like Pyro or something. I don't know. I don't think they were anything special. Looks like just a Keen sandal copy. Even Keen sandals like that would only be about $30, which is great, honestly, if you find a good pair. That color I've sold before in Keen, and they do well. So we are back in this Goodwill, or have we even been in this Goodwill yet? I don't remember at this point. I go into these Goodwills so often, make so many videos. But here's a Sony boombox cassette player, $5.99. I was going to buy this. It's not great. The comps weren't great on it. Wasn't selling for a lot or selling well. And I plugged it in before I left the store, and the rewind button wouldn't stay down. You had to hold it to make it rewind. So with that little flaw, that's enough for me to pass on it. Just not worth trying to sell that. I was even iffy on it, completely working, just because there's like 100 listed and maybe like 5 or 6 sold comps. It's just something like that's going to sit for a while. Very odd for a Sony thing like that. But check out in this Goodwill, got my cart full of all kinds of goodies. I turn around down here and I see this hat in this basket, and I'm like, that's a Pokemon hat, and kind of looks new. So it was $1.49. I figured, yeah, I'll buy that. Why not? Inside of these other baskets, I don't really see much, but I got some sealed board games in the cart, some more shoes, of course, and all kinds of goodies to show you. But let's jump into the haul. I'll show you everything I found today. I'm hoping to make some great profit on this stuff eventually. Okay, it's time to jump into what I found today. Let's start back here with these Connects. I paid $6.99 for these, mostly because it has the original packaging. I doubt it's technically new. There's tape on the sides. I've sold a few of these in the past. I pick them up for $1 or $2 at rummage sales if they're filled with Connects. I get like $20 plus shipping for them. This one I'm probably going to try $30 because of the box, so figured I'd pick it up and give it a shot at $6.99. Got some great shoe deals today. I got the San Antonio Shoe Company shoes. They were $5 at Goodwill. I think I can sell these for right around $25. They're not the timeout ones, which do a bit better, but still in this good, clean condition, I'll give it a shot at $5. Got these Dr. Comfort shoes at the thrift store for $1. They practically look unworn. Mostly why I bought them. Probably price these $20, $25 as well. Dr. Comfort will sell. It's just kind of a long tail brand. I've sold quite a few over the years. I buy them if they're cheap and in good condition. Some models or styles will do a lot better though over others. Always good to find Ariat boots, even if they are dirty. I was looking at this and I'm thinking, should I just take this out and hose these down? It just seems like it would be easier, right, to power wash something like this. Maybe not power wash, that would probably be a bit too strong, but it's always annoying getting dust and dirt off these by hand, especially the bottoms, just to get the mud off. Put a nice nozzle at the end of the hose. Maybe I'll do that this summer on some of these instead of try to dig it out by hand. Anyway, I got these for $5 is all. This is a really good pair. Good sell-through rate on eBay. Looks like pre-owned in really good condition. You could sell these for $100. Now, I don't know how good they're going to look once I clean them up, but I think they'll look pretty good because I don't see any like major damage. And I'll also put the Doc Martens balsam on them once I get the dirt off, so they'll look pretty good, I'm sure. So I'll probably try like $65, $70. I don't know. There's going to be profit in them though. Picked up a pair of Merrells like this a week or two ago. Got them for $5 as well. These are pretty decent. You can see some comps in the $40, $45 range. These are also really clean, which is why I buy these shoes usually. Something like the Ariat though, with the dirt, the time I'm going to put in to clean them, it's worth it because they're a $100 pair of boots. Something like these, if they were dirty like that, I would pass on them. But since these are clean, I bought them for $5. I think I can sell them at least $30. Again, I'm going to mention this more on my videos with shoes. Shoes can take a fairly long time to sell because it takes the right buyer. They have to want the style, that has to be the size, they have to want to buy a pre-owned pair of shoes and pay your price. So there's a lot of factors that come into place to selling shoes. They're long tail items in general. Sometimes they sell very quickly, but other times they could take, a year or two. So maybe for the part-time reseller, buying shoes like I'm buying is not going to be the best option for you unless you want to sit on this stuff for a while. When I have 100 pairs of long tail shoes listed on eBay, every week I'm selling a couple of those that have been sitting for a year or two. So once you get a good inventory going, you start getting consistent sales for this stuff, but it does take a while to sell sometimes. Here's a pair of New Balance shoes. This is a great model. Sought after. They have a higher sell-through rate than what's listed. I believe this was the pair I remember, but these are in pretty good condition. I'll probably magic erase the edges real quick with the cleaning solution I use and they'll be good to go. But I think I can price these about $30 as well. Here's a nice pair of LL Bean women's slip-on shoes. Now I just sold a pair of men's like this for $30. I don't know if women's will sell as well, but again, just clean condition. I should be able to sell those. I'll probably price them $29.99 plus shipping. After about 6 months to a year, if they didn't sell for that, I can lower the price to $20. Maybe that will encourage a sell. But again, it doesn't really matter if the shoes are priced really low a lot of the times because people just have to, want that shoe. Here's a nice pair of Nike Pegasus Gore-Tex shoes, and these weren't marked up. I'm kind of surprised because, you know, this Goodwill. Also with the Ariat boots, because they came from the same Goodwill. If you go up front, they start putting all the shoes that they think are great, usually Nikes that aren't that great. You know, they got upwards of $30 on them. But these were back there. They must not have noticed. They were Nike shoes, but these are pretty good. In perfect condition, pre-owned. This is a $100 pair of shoes. These have a little bit of wear. I mean, it's not bad, honestly. I'm probably going to try $60 on these. And that's just what picking is all about. Try to find the holes in the system, the things at garage sales and rummage sales that other people aren't buying or noticing. Because usually the obvious stuff is just going to be priced really high or someone's already bought it. I just kind of grabbed this because it was $1.50. This is a snapback Pokemon hat. I believe it's probably new. You know, it's got the sticker, but some people leave that on and still wear it. Hard to say, but I just bought it. I didn't look it up until I got home, and I did see one new sell for $25. I think I'll price it somewhere between $15 and $18 more than likely. Kind of sell it as new other. It's always exciting to see stuff like this at Goodwill because, well, there could be a Switch in here, right? This is a Nintendo Switch Lite case and a controller. It's Mario. You don't see a lot of video game stuff like this at Goodwill at all. So when I see it, you poke it, and when I first poked it, it was hard, like something was in there. It is like some cables in there. There's no games. There's no system, unfortunately. I remember a few years ago at the same Goodwill, there was a DS case. It was a frozen DS case, and I saw it for $20. I'm like, there's no way there's a system in there, right? And there was a 3DS XL in there. It's super rare, but it does happen. Anyway, for $3.99, I bought them because, of course I would, right? It's video game stuff and it's cheap enough. Now, this controller seems to be a bit of a rare edition. I bet I could sell, you know, this set here for at least $25, so I picked it up. Here's a vintage Micro Machines set, and I got some more Micro Machine stuff. Now, this stuff all came at the same Goodwill, but it was different days, so they kind of staggered it out. I'm assuming it came from the same person. It's kind of weird to have vintage Micro Machines donated by 3 different people in a week, right? Anyway, this one, I mean, Micro Machine stuff's just not great. I like to buy it if it's cheap enough. These are $3.99. Sounds like there's a decent amount of pieces in there. Like, I might be able to sell that for $20. Here's the Jabba the Hutt Star Wars, and this actually has the pieces, which is rare. This one was $2.99. However, you know, it's still not that valuable, even with the pieces, maybe $20, $25, but it is in good condition. And again, I'm a sucker for vintage stuff, and $2.99 for this supercharged battery one. This folds out into a playset, no cars or anything in it. Not worth much at all, right? Now, I might lot all 3 of these together. I don't know. I just sold some Micro Machines vintage stuff I got recently, and I only sold it for like $20. It was just like mixed stuff. But at least for me, this stuff is fun to buy and fun to list and just deal with. Worst case scenario, I wouldn't mind having it in my, you know, vintage toy collection. And here's another odd thing that I picked up. This is a credit card sized AM/FM radio. It's $3.99, and this is Sheraton brand, which isn't a good brand. I've come across it many times in the wild. I usually don't pick up this stuff. However, this is brand new in the box, still, you know, wrapped up and everything, never been used. So there's no comps for it, new or used, anywhere on eBay or Terapeak. So, you know, I'm going to put it on there for like $30 and just see what happens. I think at some point, you know, I'll make at least $10 profit on that. So I got some cool games here. Picked up this Rick and Morty edition Monopoly. Now this one looked like I could sell for, oh, I don't even remember now. I just remember I was making about $15 profit on Amazon. Looked like all the pieces were there. It's kind of easy to tell with Monopoly. Here's a Monopoly, the Golden Girls edition. I've sold this before. I don't remember, you know, how it went or anything, but I do remember the one I bought before. All the pieces inside were new and sealed. And guess what? This is the same way with this one. All the pieces new and sealed. Unfortunately, you know, it's been opened. There's no plastic on it, so I can't sell it new on Amazon. But I still think at least $20 plus shipping on eBay for that, considering it's new. So I decided to grab that and give it a shot. No counting pieces on that, so it'll be quick. And this was really exciting to pick up. This is a Zelda 1,000-piece puzzle of Hyrule map. And it was brand new sealed, and, well, it's $1.99. I had to peel the sticker off because I got home and scanned it. I didn't scan it in the store. At $1.99, I was just buying it. I was hoping it was one of those rare things, because sometimes these video game puzzles can, you know, go 50 to $100 on Amazon. It does look like it is selling on Amazon. I think it was 25 bucks and it had a great rank, so there will be some profit in that. Then we got some games like this Last Word. It's one of those sealed Amazon games where I'll make about $8 profit. It makes it worth it when I'm sending in a bunch of stuff to Amazon because the shipping will be like, 25 cents, 50 cents to ship it in. Same with this Cranium, which was $4.99 sealed. Should make about $8 to $10 on that. Here's this Forbidden Desert, and I got the Forbidden Island game. I think it looks pretty interesting, so it went in the board game collection. I actually have 3 copies of that because I found it really cheap at garage sales and places, and I just buy it. Anyway, this one I don't have, so I'm probably going to put it in the collection. I do think selling it on Amazon pre-owned, this is a very popular game. I think I would still make, $5, maybe $8 on it. I can't remember, but just going to put that in the collection, I think. And here is a Tripoli game sealed. Unfortunately, this is a newer version. And another unfortunate thing, Goodwill wanted $10 for this one. And what that tells me is, well, there's 2 possibilities. It's just different people pricing these sealed games, or they are looking them up and just kind of pricing them based on what they're worth, though. This one's only selling for like, I think it was $30 or $35 on Amazon. I'll still double my money on it. I'll make $10 profit, so that's why I bought it. It's a very low return item. It's very, very rare for me to get returns, even on used games that I sell on Amazon. I think I've only gotten 1 or 2 used game returns. I don't know if I've ever gotten a new sealed game return on Amazon. And then you know what? It's worth a gamble. Worst case scenario, I lose like $10, right? If it gets returned. And then I can probably still sell it used and get my $10 back. So really not that big of a deal to pay $10 and make $10 on something like this. And then I got a couple of clothing items here. I got another pair of these Liberty overalls. I keep finding these, picking them up because I keep finding them in almost new condition, if not new. Same with these, $25, $30 plus shipping. I think I could sell those for. Some of the vintage ones of these different types of overalls can go over $100. They were $4.99, so it's hard not to pick up stuff like that when you can make some money on them and they're good and clean. Now this one, I didn't think much of it. It says Caterpillar, which is cat. Construction company, but the tag is Turning Point. I thought, oh, this is just one of these weird vintage jackets where they use a company name. Maybe they were a representative for Caterpillar or something. But I decided to look it up and was surprised. I think I should be able to sell that for somewhere between $40 and $60. There's quite a few comps for this same jacket. I did pay $10 for this jacket. Unfortunately, the Goodwill high price plague, is starting to spread more in this area. Jackets used to be $7.99, or coats used to be $7.99. Jackets were $4.99. Now all jackets and coats are $9.99 at all the Goodwills in this region. So I'm not going to be buying a lot of jackets anymore unless there's something, good. Still, between these 2 articles of clothing, I should make some decent profit. There it is, everybody. That's my haul for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, hit that like button before you leave. It would help me out a lot and I'd really appreciate it. Also check to make sure you are subscribed. If not, hit that subscribe button for me. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.